What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I'm going to be telling you guys 23 things that I have learned while being 23. So I am 23 years old. I'll be 24 this year. My birthday is July 21st, and I thought I would just share with you guys what I have learned so far from being 23, living this past year while being 23. If you guys enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on your post notifications to be notified every time your girl posts. And let's start the video. I have my list on my phone because of course I'm not gonna remember every single thing that I want to say. The first thing I have on my list is that you only live once. Y'all already know what the saying is, YOLO, you only live once, because that is true. We don't know what comes after this. This is very serious. I find myself think about this all the time, like if I'm driving or if I'm at work. I just think about how we only live once. We only get each and every day once. That is something very important to me. All these things that I'm about to mention is very important to me. With us only living once, live it up to the fullest. Do what you want. Do not let things hold you back. I'm gonna get more into that in the video, but that was just a generic statement that I always think about. The next thing that I have learned is that everything I do and say matters. We are not just here doing random things, letting time pass. So as I've grown older and matured, I have realized that everything you do and say actually matters. I understand why our teachers, when we were in school, used to say, you know, think before you speak, because it actually does matter. I never thought about it in a deep. People remember what you say. People remember what you do. I remember a lot of things. I remember events vividly with detail. I remember what people say to me. I remember what tone they used when they told it to me. I remember what I was doing when they were saying it to me. Just because everybody doesn't remember it, people just let things slide, or some people just don't remember, doesn't mean everyone doesn't remember. People remember, and whatever you say, they will take with them, whether it's good or bad. I also say this to say everything you do matters, because there is a thing called regrets. Life, we don't want to live life with regrets. What we should have done, what we could have done, what we should have said, what we shouldn't have said. It's always important to just think. We have the ability to think before we do anything. Instead of acting on our emotions, we can literally just think and ask ourselves in that moment, as hard as it may be, in that moment, we can ask ourselves, is this worth it, the way I'm about to react? What I'm about to say, is it going to be worth it? Is it going to change anything? Is it going to change the situation that I'm in? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. I'm still learning this, and I'm still taking it with me to apply to my everyday, to know that how I react or what I say matters. I have definitely learned that what I do or what I say, it matters. The next thing that I have learned ever since being 23, I have learned to believe in myself so I can achieve great things. You know, everything that we do, it starts up here. Believing requires a brain and heart. I have learned this personally. I remember when I was in college and when I didn't know that I was going to graduate, I needed to pass a class. I needed to pass a test to graduate, and I had to believe in myself that I literally could pass this test. I did not know how I was going to pass the test in the 1 month that I was given to pass the test, but I was like, what's the worst that could happen if I believe in myself? What's the worst that could happen if I just think positive and just know that I can do it? And also, I know that this statement is true because the subject matter was math, and I hate math. I didn't pass the test, but I ended up passing it enough to be able to pass and graduate. I just want to say it's very important to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect random other people to believe in yourself if you yourself do not believe in yourself? First thing that I learned is that nobody actually cares. Living everyday life, people are so caught up in their own lives. People really don't actually care about anyone else, really. Not saying that to be offensive, not saying that people actually don't care, but like, people can only care so much about what you have going on. Their life outweighs yours because they are in their own life. I say this to say, do not let people hold you back. If people are talking about you, so what? People probably won't even remember what they said about you next week, a month from now, or maybe even that night. People won't even remember. If you want to make a TikTok in the store, if you want to do a dance in the middle of the street, I'm not saying that you should do that. You're not going to be thinking about if you tripped in the store, if you stuttered with your words. They're not going to be thinking about that. Nobody actually cares. Yes, they might make fun of you in that moment, but what can they do? Oh, they made fun of you, so what? Nobody actually cares. They might pay attention for that moment. After that, they don't even remember. If you don't pay it no mind, they won't pay it no mind. Next one is humans can master their feelings and emotions. I know it may seem hard in the moment, just get over your feelings and emotions, but it is definitely possible. We have to be bigger than our emotions. We have to be stronger than our feelings. I know you hear that all the time. You're bigger than this. You're bigger than your emotions. You're going to get through it. But it literally is that. You only know that until you actually know that. One day it just clicks and you're like, well, I actually am bigger than my emotions. I literally store a place in my body for those emotions. Without me, those emotions would not exist. I just understand that most things come from childhood. We are only what we know. Wherever you start your emotional maturity, we have to feel our emotions to master our emotions. I know social media has definitely told us we have to just fight on, press on, don't feel that feeling, but that's not true. What makes us humans, our emotions, our feelings, and our mistakes, are good and are bad. That's what makes us human. So much harder than it sounds. As an adult, I don't want the emotional maturity as a child. Whatever I learned or whatever I've done as a child, I don't want to do that. That is a very bad thing, to have the emotional maturity as a 5-year-old. To break down and to throw a tantrum every time something bad happens, and not to be able to sit and think as an adult. Adults have the capacity of being able to process things and children do not. It takes a lot of strength. It takes a lot of patience. It is not easy and it does not come overnight. I'm definitely still working on it. 6th thing on my list is it takes zero money to be kind. It is very important to be kind to one another. You don't know what people are going through, the story behind who they are. You don't know what kind of day the person is having. It doesn't take much to be a kind person. Want to be that person. I want to be kind. I want to show people that I care. 7th thing on my list is to cherish the people that you have. Like I said in the first statement, that we only live once. With that being said, whoever is in your life at whatever period, if you love them, cherish them. We don't know when our last day on this earth is. We don't know what this day contains. We don't know what tomorrow contains. We just know that we have right now. I love every single last one of the people that I have ever met. I know that whatever happened is not that deep for me to not love them, for me to not cherish them. The next thing on my list is you are capable of being a bad person. I have always thought of myself as a great person. I have always, throughout my whole entire life, been a goody two shoes. I did not like getting in trouble at school. I did not like being in a negative light. I did not like anything that had to do with my name being in something bad. As a kid growing up, that was like the worst thing that could happen to me. I have matured and I've grown older. I realized that I am capable of being a bad person. That's what comes with being human in general. We can be bad people. I know it's hard to admit, I know it's hard to understand, but we can be horrible people to others, to ourselves, just in general. We can be horrible people and not even realize it. We are so stuck on the bias of ourselves that we could never do anything wrong. If you can just reflect on the things that you do, like the things that you say, things that you think, you can definitely be a bad person. This is not to say that everyone is a bad person, but we are capable of doing bad things as human beings. Refreshing and relieving to actually even be able to say that. we are not all good and we are not all bad. It's hard to admit, it's hard to see yourself in that light. No one ever wants to be the bad person, the villain, the one that treats people wrong, the one that everybody hates. But in our reality, it's all of us. I'm definitely not afraid anymore to accept and to realize that I am capable of doing bad things. I can be a bad person. I have to reflect on who I am and what I have done in order to grow as a person. I need to turn those bad things into good things to know that I will never repeat those things again. Like I said, we only live once. Why would I want to go through my whole life fooling myself of just thinking that I'm this great person that has never done any bad before? When I'm older, when I'm like 70, 80 years old, and realize all the bad things that I have ever done to anybody, I can never change those things that I have ever done. I never grew as a person. I just look back at myself and I realize how bad of a person that I was. I have great intentions and I view myself as a good person. Nothing that I ever do is perfect or will be perfect. I can always think of those mistakes that I have made and turn them into good things and take them as lessons so that I will never do those things again.
God damn it, DJ D Hicks, you did it